guys, let's talk about new titles that are available for elementary aged kiddos. We have a new activity book. This is one of the books from our Magic Painting series. This is Butterflies. Of course, if you're not familiar, you have a paintbrush here, you dip it in water and you put the paintbrush on any of these pages and it uncovers magic, colorful pigment to each page so kids can paint and it'll look beautiful every time. We have two new maze books. We have Dinosaur Mazes and Under the Sea Mazes. Each book has really beautifully illustrated mazes of a variety of difficulty levels for your kiddos to go through the mazes and get themselves to the end. If they get stuck, there is, here's some of the inside of the dinosaur one. If they get stuck, then there is a key in the back to show them how to complete the maze. We have several new math books. This is Look Inside Math, and this is more of an introductory lift the flap book about numbers for kiddos that are new to math and just kind of figuring it out. It has about how math is everywhere, how we use numbers, counting in groups, fair shares, talking about shapes and the different kinds of shapes there are, measuring, of course, all in, and then there's like a math challenge at the end that has different questions, and they can test their knowledge by lifting the different flaps and answering the questions. I love this book too because it tells you to go to usborne.com/quicklinks and type in the name of this book, which is Look Inside Math, and it takes you to even more fun math activities for your child to enjoy. This is a new math book that goes a little bit more in depth, but still for a younger learner. This is Getting Started with Math. It is a perfect resource, not only for your student, but also for the parents that might need to have a refresher about some different math concepts. There are all kinds of math concepts in here, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, fractions, measuring, money, position and direction, patterns and sequencing, how to use data, and everything is beautifully illustrated and described in a way that really breaks down the information, which is great for nice little reminders of how to do things, or nice introduction to how to do these different math concepts. If you have a child who really loved the Sticker Dolly sticker books when they were younger, this is a really great chapter book series. This is a Sticker Dolly story, Woodland Princess. There are just a few stickers in the front of this book that you are prompted to dress the characters in as you read this book that has illustrations. It's really good. Entry level reading, all about the Woodland Princess. For Ella Diaries fans, we have several new books of this series. Ella, if you're not aware, is in elementary school, and this is her diary. It is full of a lot of relatable material for elementary aged children. This one is about a soccer club. It's called Goal Power. We have Total TV Drama, where Ella has been chosen to be in a TV game show. There's a lot of talks about feelings and scenarios that are relatable to elementary aged kids. This one is Diary Disaster. Here is a great book all about diversity. This book is perfect for elementary aged kiddos as we just kind of dive into how everybody is different. If we were all the same, then it'd be a really boring place to live. Lots of really cool things in here. In this book, it also has tips for parents or for grown-ups rather, how to talk about diversity and answer questions, how to be a good role model, how to be careful with words, emphasize positives, encourage empathy and kindness, and how to tackle bullying. There's also a wonderful glossary here for some useful diversity words that are highlighted in this book. So lots of really good resources in here, and all about diversity. Talking about different cultures and all about diversity and this is a really great segue to What a Wonderful Phrase. I absolutely love it. The word book, but also the phrase book. And what it does is it goes through different phrases that are used commonly in different cultures. It talks about what the phrase is. For example, this one is to cost an arm and a leg. What culture or what area that phrase is most commonly used. In this case, it is an English phrase. And then what it means to be expensive. And then it has a story about how that phrase came about. I absolutely love learning about this kind of thing. For example, to be a blue flower. And if it's in a different language other than English, it will have the French, this is a French phrase. So it has how to say it in French along with the phonetic pronunciation. And it has again what it means to be sentimental. And then a description of where the phrase came from. So really, really cool book. I love this. It's a great way to teach your kids about not only languages, but different cultures. And there's a lot that you can do with this book. We have several new chapter book series for our elementary aged kiddos. These are for a little bit older kiddos. I would say probably upper elementary, maybe even middle school, depending on what kind of books your kids like to read, if they like to be challenged, if they like to have easy reads. For the Ella Diaries fans, we have Ella at Eden, and this just follows her as she grows up. She's going to Eden College. And so there's 2 books in this series. This one is the first one called New Girl. She's starting a new boarding school, and it is just a book. If you can see, obviously it has different text. It's for a more mature reader than Ella Diaries, and a really great way for kiddos that loved Olivia's scribbles and Ella Diaries to continue reading as their reading continues to develop. Another new series, we have a wonderful female lead in this hapless hero, Henry. This book series so far has 2 titles in it, and it is all about Henry. She is a hero, and there's just different mysteries and problems for her to solve in this book. There are some more illustrations in here every once in a while, so a really fun read, but you can tell that, you know, it's smaller text. It is a more complicated reading than for younger readers, but it's really great. There is hapless hero Henry and Henry's hero hunt. We have so many amazing activity books for the elementary aged child as they get older, that really just keep creativity and having fun at the forefront of their learning experience. This is My Year of Nature. It has 365 nature-inspired activities. It's time for a scavenger hunt. Head outside and look around. Check the box when you spy each of these things below. So you discover a secret cave. Describe what you find inside. Is it dark and gloomy, or does it sparkle with crystals and gems? Is it empty, or do creatures call it home? Draw the other half of this moth. Try to make sure you end up with a mirror image on each side. And when you're done drawing, add color. A bunch of different ways to for kids to connect with nature. We have a new book in our Mindful Kids Activity book series. This is all about sleep issues. So Sleep Tight. This one actually could be in the video that I shared about for new titles for early elementary, but some of these concepts I feel definitely really apply to older kids too. So I put it in here. So different activities just all kind of circle around going to sleep and maybe different struggles or ways to not make it seem so daunting. There's different things to cut out and make. This is a dream trapper. So bad dreams happen when your brain is making sense of your experiences. It thinks that because you're asleep, you won't notice the work that it's doing. So it's talking about bad dreams, and then it prompts you to make this dream trapper to catch and overpower your bad dreams if they happen. This one is called Pillow Talk. Lying in bed can feel cozy and lovely when you are relaxed and comfortable. If that's not how you always feel at bedtime, it's probably because you still have things you need to say or things you want to hear. So write on this pillowcase all the things like you've been talking about before you go to sleep. It might be going over the day you've had, planning your breakfast, discussing the solar system, inventing a time machine, or anything that matters to you. Lots of different writing prompts, thinking prompts. There's different activities in here, coloring activities, just lots of different things to help kids if they're having a hard time going to sleep. We have 2 new Never Get Bored books that are perfect for elementary aged kiddos. Make boredom a thing of the past with this amazing, super fun, Never Get Bored Cut, Fold, and Stick book. It has all kinds of different things to make and create. This one is turning foil into art. A whole lot of different things like making mosaics. Never Get Bored Draw and Paint is all about drawing and painting. Lots of different unique ways to draw and paint, like x-raying your hand. There's prompts to create your own comic strip, doodle patterns, or different puzzles even. You can learn more in-depth information on how to shade when you're drawing. There's a ton of stuff in here all about drawing and painting. I included this magic painting book with the older set of kids for elementary because I feel like it'd be a really, really great way to also put some art history information behind these activities. So my daughter Beulah loves art so much. So she's already gotten into this one. So as your kiddos do magic painting with these famous paintings, they can also learn a little bit of art history. Everybody knows that one, the Scream. They can learn a little bit about the art, piece of art, and the artist. In this example, it's Vincent van Gogh. And a really great way to just make some art history lessons super fun. Here is another book that really has no age range. It's great for everybody, including adults. This is the Unworry drawing book. Sketch, shade, and scribble your way through this calming drawing book. Enjoy feeling your worries disappear. Movers and shakers, keep your brain distracted by picturing yourself in this bustling park. Fill it with people running, jumping, dancing, show them moving. It talks about how to draw cute art, drawing yourself as a superhero. So lots of really fun, cute, creative prompts to draw your way into a more calm mood. We all know how important bees are, and Look Inside the World of Bees, we just go more in depth about the world of bees. There's awesome flaps on each page with a ton of information answering different questions about bees, like how long have bees been around? What does a bee look like close up? It talks about why we need bees. What all do bees do? Why are they so important? Do all bees make honey? These are just some of the examples of the things covered in this book. Where do honeybees live? I really like this page, what happens inside of a nest. I think it's really fascinating for kids to learn about all the different jobs that bees have. We don't always think about insects as being that complex, but they really are, especially bees. Where do the other bees live? So there's information about all kinds of other bees as well. And then talking about how bees are in danger and why they're in danger. And most importantly, how we can help the bees. There's a ton of really cool things in this book. Okay, I saved my 2 favorite books for last. This is one of them. This is Explore America's National Parks. It's a perfect book for nature lovers, explorers, hikers. It goes through a lot of different national parks, like Olympic National Park It talks about different activities to do at each park, things that you might see. If you're traveling to Denali, or one of my personal favorites, Yellowstone, different facts about each one. Glacier National Park, very, very cool stuff in here. Zion National Park. I was really lucky when I was younger. My parents took me to a lot of national parks. It talks about different parks all over the United States. So even if you haven't gotten to go to many of these awesome national parks yourself, you get to read all about them and the things that you would see if you were there. This one is probably one of the coolest books that we have for our oldest readers. This is Escape Room, Can You Escape the Museum? And there's also another one about how you can escape video games. There's this little file folder thing in the back, and it has these cutouts made of durable like stock paper, and you put these together beforehand to use in the different challenges throughout this escape room. And then there's kind of a little story for each area that you're trying to escape. And then of course you get back into the different challenges where you use the things that you put together and from the back of the book to solve the puzzles and get out of each room. Let me tell you guys that this is definitely like a very mind challenging book. It is like, I mean, I granted am not the best at escape rooms. I would always have to like call the person on the walkie-talkie and be like, help, I don't know what I'm doing. And they'd have to give me extra clues. But they also have extra clues in this book too, which I definitely utilized when Beulah and I were trying to go through one of the first challenges. This is a really, really neat book for older kiddos. I would say probably most appropriate for kids 10 to 13, 14 years old that like to kind of work through this kind of stuff. It is very, very entertaining and challenging, and a great way to spend a rainy afternoon or a hot summer day when you're stuck inside. Escape Room is really, really awesome.